Hello everyone, welcome back to Fight Days channel. Friends, before starting to watch this video, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for supporting me, guys. Anthony Joshua vs Deontay Wilder. Carl Frampton explains how Briton could win. The two heavyweights are linked with a fight this winter. Former world champion Carl Frampton believes that Anthony Joshua could beat Deontay Wilder, but he will have to go back to his old ways. Joshua has been a changed fighter ever since his defeat to Andy Ruiz, with many suggesting he is more defensive and circumspect compared to the world champion who used his size and power advantage to blast out opponents. The Briton has been linked with a clash against former WBC champion Wilder, with December and January mentioned as potential dates, though there is nothing confirmed officially. Speaking to William Hill, Frampton thinks Joshua needs to pick a style and stick with it, with his best approach to one that made his name. Frampton said, "I sort of feel sorry for Anthony Joshua and probably should not given he's Olympic champion and a multimillionaire. He gets so much criticism and I think he is caught between two styles and he isn't sure which one to use in his fights. If he can reignite that fire like he did before, I don't see why he can't now. If AJ wants to beat someone like Deontay Wilder, then I think he has to be a bit more like the old AJ and have a goal. I think if he tries to stand off and tries to box, I think he might get knocked out," Frampton said. Trainer Malik Scott doesn't believe Anthony Joshua actually wants to fight Deontay Wilder. A fight between the former heavyweight titleist has made rumblings for the past year. Briton fortunes recently took a hit after it became clear that the original financial backer, an entity in Saudi Arabia, could no longer deliver the appropriate funds for that matchup. Nevertheless, Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn has repeatedly insisted that both fighters are still in agreement about fighting each other. Hearn says he is shopping around for other benefactors who would be willing to stage that bout for early next year. But Malik Scott, the trainer of Wilder, apparently has a much gloomier viewpoint about that fight materializing, saying that Joshua clearly feels indifferent to the idea of taking on Wilder. Scott went so far as to say that he thinks former titleist Andy Ruiz is more likely to fight Wilder at this time than Joshua is, and Ruiz and Wilder have had their own share of disagreements. Ruiz probably at this point has a better chance of fighting Wilder than Joshua, Scott said. AJ is cool if he gets his whole career without fighting Deontay. He don't really mind it. You don't see him fighting for it. It's the fighters at the end of the point. I don't care what advisors Shirley Finkel or Al Heyman are saying. You see Wilder out there calling fighters out. Like some of these, you have to take some of this from yourself. Like, bro, it wasn't a Clubber Lang's trainer in Rocky Hill saying, get you. It was Clubber Lang himself. Joshua, however, explicitly called out Wilder to a showdown after Joshua knocked out Robert Helenius in August. It wasn't Angelo Dundee chasing fighters, it was Muhammad Ali, Scott continued. Yeah, your promoters and managers are a part of it. You have to do your job to get the big fights done. To me, AJ's campaign about the fight enough. He doesn't really want it, and we all know why, because stylistically he is picture perfect to be knocked the fucking out by Deontay, the coach said. There are rumors that the British heavyweight former Division 1 leader Anthony Joshua will still return to the ring before the end of the year. Allegedly, this is why he is now keeping in shape with Tyson Fury's ex-coach Ben Davison. According to rumors, Joshua realized that the long-awaited fight with the antagonist from the United States knockout Deontay Wilder looks extremely unlikely after investors from Saudi Arabia left the negotiations. Joshua's promoter Eddie Hearn talked about the presence of other potential investors, but it did not go farther than that, allegedly only because of a potential fight with Wilder, which they wanted to hold in early 2024. Joshua agreed not to enter the ring until the end of the year. Now he is leisurely going to reconsider this decision. He is giving the Chinese lefty Zhang Jili as a rival. The fighters meet in 2012 at the Olympic Games. Joshua won the competition in the 1/4 finals and then took gold. Gilly is the owner of the WBO time belt. The Chinese took this title from the Briton Andy Ruiz, a TKO victory under the advice of a doctor, and then beat his opponent even more confidently in a rematch. According to rumors, the Joshua vs. Gilly fight can be announced literally at any minute. It's hard to believe, but agree, it would be great. Coach Malik Scott told why it is so difficult to arrange a normal fight for his fighter, ex-heavyweight champion American Deontay Wilder. Scott, of course, claims that potential rivals are terribly afraid of Wilder's striking power. I'll even tell you that amount we offer at $4 million USD. If you are the coolest knockout in the history of heavyweight, it is very difficult to make someone want to fight with you. Potential opponents prefer to remain poor. They refuse $4 million USD. What should I call it? I would call it a tragedy. Apparently USD 4 million is the amount that was offered to former world champion Andy Ruiz. It's no secret that he demanded much more, at least 10 million USD. Scott continues, "It is, they call some unrealistic figures, although they understand perfectly well that this is a priori impossible. They are doing so to get out of the negotiations. I understand them. Their lives are at stake, and there's not just words. Were there any who really wanted to fight Wilder? Yes, Luis Ortiz. He was confident on his victory, so he came out twice. Tyson Fury was very confident. That's why he defeated Deontay Wilder twice. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.